Fly on camera.
You're lucky. You're so lucky.
Hey guys, what is up? Oh, we're putting on the live chat. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Is the camera? Yeah. Just making sure it's on so we don't have a redo of last week or the week before that.
Like 2 hours of content and nothing.
Hey Rebecca. Hey Sherry. Hey Stivers. Hey April. Pink Red Appleyard. Hey Kira. Happy late birthday. Bryce Junction Homestead. We're doing really well.
Yo, what's up, Dirt?
The Homestead 1890. Oh my gosh. Hey Ethan. Hey Jason. Hey Mimsy. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm glad that y'all cannot smell us right now. It is a good thing.
Smells good to me.
We just came in
Like
from the
sweaty barbecue chicken.
we just came in from the garden. Jackson's actually making the kids' plates because I had the oven, but we've been out there. Oh, thank you. A good life farm. I appreciate that. I haven't even tried. I just came in and, try to get my kids eating, get some iced coffee. Priorities.
Iced coffee? Where'd you get that from? Huh.
Over there. It doesn't have anything sweet in it.
I'm off sugar, remember?
I know. It doesn't have any. Well, do you want some of my coffee?
Not right now.
Okay.
Right now, we got to talk to our friends. Little Creek. What's up, Little Creek?
Hey, Little Creek. Thank you, Fishes and Loaves. Okay, so I won't go into vain hair color talk for very long, but every year at the end of the year, I come up to the conundrum of whether I don't really ever color my hair, but sometimes at the end of the summer, I'll color it back to match the roots because I end up with this weird ombre looking thing because my hair is so dyed by the sun that it's almost blonde. It's orangey almost at the tips. So gardener problems, I guess. And the top isn't because I wear a hat. And so it's weird looking. Oh, John's back is out. I'm so sorry.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, his back was out a few weeks ago. It was really bad. He was like, we don't have enough time.
Yes.
Benjamin, where's he?
Out working.
Is
Just
Benjamin
let him
outside?
work. He's working with Venter.
Okay.
Okay. When his food's not made yet. Or I can get it.
The camera keeps focusing.
Yeah, because the light behind us. We just got to stay in front of the window.
That's what I was trying to do. But you keep shimmying. You keep doing this whole shoulder shimmy.
Here, let me get
Look,
it.
see, you're doing it again.
I'm getting behind you. We're coming together. Okay.
All right, work together.
Oh, comments. So, guys, how is it going? We're let's Q&A this thing. If you have any questions, put them in all caps. John says, I smell like deep blue and frustration. That's exactly how Jeremiah was when his back was out. He was covered in deep blue.
I was putting on copper fit braces and deep bluing it
I don't have
up.
enough time for my back to be out. I'm
I'd go work.
if you don't
and
go
then
lay
it'd
down,
get
it's going
worse.
to take longer for it to get better.
But yeah, I'm almost fully recovered now. I still have a little bit of tightness in that spot.
Twinge.
We
So
have never planted Three Sisters.
no, we haven't. We
We've
were
never
going
really
to.
done a lot of in-ground gardening, which is that's required for Three Sisters. Right?
You could do it in beds, but I wouldn't grow corn in garden beds. I just don't know that it would be great real estate for that. But we were going to do that in the back. Okay, so the meetup in Colorado is going to be Friday.
You got to figure it out.
I've been talking to my friend that lives in Denver, and she was kind of scoping out maybe some outdoor parks or some areas with
Good parking,
would have some parking and stuff, because essentially it's just going to be like a meet and greet for a couple hours, and we have absolutely no way of gauging how many people actually show up. We don't want to put just a ton of effort or brain power. We're actually going to Colorado for something different, but we wanted an opportunity to meet our fans there because that's not an area where we go very often. And
this may be the last time we go to Denver for a while.
But when I did this in Dallas, because I was in Dallas for a media event, and so I just threw some stuff up on social media and said, hey, we're going to do a meetup impromptu. And I think 20-ish, 25 people came. And so that's kind of a lot. We can't go meet in a Panera or something, I don't want to cause a traffic jam on a business. So we're looking for a park. we'll let you guys know. It should be Friday afternoon, next Friday afternoon.
I also don't want to underestimate who's going to show up because we're like, yeah, we'll do a shindig. We'll have a couple hundred people. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
So,
yeah, this is just going to be like a meet and greet just to hang out with some friends for a little while. Sammy, I'm doing really well. I got to go meet my cousin who, well, I mean, you guys have seen Cousin Josh on my on the vlog occasionally. I showed you guys his urban or suburban garden recently. They had their baby last week. She's a week old today. Her name's Avalon, and she's absolutely beautiful. And I got to go meet her today and hold her and remember how tiny new babies are. So impossibly tiny. Hey, Lauren. Thank you, Mountain Heritage Homestead. We appreciate that so much.
Couple of things.
When sunflowers are ready to harvest, the back turns like brown, essentially. Like it turns yellow and then it starts
the sunflowers
to turn
out there still have seeds, or they picked clean?
No, they've got some of them. One's picked clean almost. But some of them
You didn't put a bag over it.
No, I didn't. I just let it go.
This is the only time you can look at something and say, put a bag over your head. And it not be
ugly.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to say? You said a couple of things.
Well, I saw Two Family Homestead. We're going to be on their live stream tomorrow night, right?
Yes. Two Family Homestead. Okay, they're commenting. You guys might see them commenting there. They have guest people on their live stream every Monday night, and we are their guests tomorrow. So if you guys are not already following them, make sure to go give them a sub.
One cool thing that's different than like our live is that they've got it set up where you can call in.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can talk to you on the phone.
And they do trivia with like prizes. And
I'm going hardcore in the trivia. Like, honestly, I want to stump you so much that you don't get a prize. And if I stump you, I get the prize. That's right.
You're going to find some really obscure thing that was mentioned like in one vlog.
The very
Last
first,
time we were
I'm going to
like,
find something we mentioned from the first 3 vlogs. Like actually, I'm not even going to mention it right now because people will go look it up, but I have an idea.
Sherry Nations. Actually, this will be in my vlog tomorrow, but they're giving away tickets to HOA on the live show tomorrow.
I don't need those. Can you get something else? You're ruining it, Two Family Homestead.
That is exciting, though, you guys. So make sure you're on there. That's gonna be really fun. Tomato suckers. I had to find my train of thought and get back on it. So this is in the vlog tomorrow. I didn't have hardly any plants that were healthy enough. However, I did find some tomato plants in my compost pile. And so I'm going to cut from them and try to get some fall tomatoes off of those.
We're about to release a bunch of fall garden videos. So
yes. And
stay
we have
tuned
some
for what we're planting, how we're planting it. We're about to just go straight fall because we're in the process. Literally today, part of today was ripping out spring.
I hope it's Ramey Vines. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Ramey Vines and Homestead Times about the mesh grow bags. Are you talking about the little white ones for seed starting, or the orange ones that I grew the melons in? The orange ones, I've been using those for the last few years. I really like those. They're great.
Better than pantyhose, better than anything else.
Yeah, they're really good. The little white ones, I was pleased with them. The one thing that I was really nervous about and that I was holding out on was to see how the plants grew. Like if you put the bags directly in the ground, because I was concerned maybe it would stunt the growth of the plant, and it didn't at all. So I was really pleased with those, and I'm actually planning on starting a lot of my fall stuff in those little white grow bags.
What happened to your hats, Jess?
Jess, what happened to your hats? I still have them, and I will probably start wearing hats again when it cools off a little bit. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my hair has been in this like style for the last like a few weeks because it's really, really hot. And so I want it up off my neck. So that's why I just haven't been wearing hats because for the most part, I've had my hair pulled up. Do you need to let beans drown the plant all the way to save for the next year? Sarah, I don't know if that's absolutely required, but that's all I've ever done. And so that's the only thing that I can speak to. Papa Pepper, too hot for hats. Papa Pepper, I don't think we've really connected with you very much, but you are in Arkansas, are you not? Is that right? Do I have that right?
It's Arkansas or Oklahoma, I thought.
I don't know.
I don't know. First time I got one of his videos actually was whenever he came and helped Bobblehead.
Okay.
He came when Bobblehead was doing that.
No, I watched
mini house
some.
remodel.
I guess. Yep.
Yes, ma'am. Homesteading with 6 children.
Well, man, we need to get together.
Well,
We're neighbors.
bless you.
That's cool. Yeah, Papa Pepper. That's awesome. You're up North Arkansas, I think. Is that right? Ish, something like that. We're right in the middle, so we're pretty much within 2.5 hours of everybody that lives in Arkansas.
Yeah, pretty much. Kansas.
No, Kira, we're flying to Denver. It is going to be a really short trip. We're actually going out there. It's Jeremiah's mom, who we lost last September.
Her birthday's coming up on Thursday.
And it's the first year of having her birthday without her. So actually, a year ago, we were having her birthday party. Some of you may have remembered that vlog. We shared her birthday party in a vlog where we were doing family pictures, and it was 2 days before we found out she was sick. And so it's just kind of an emotional time. And so we planned the end of last year, all of, our siblings, his siblings and spouses and stuff, we're going to go on a trip together just for a couple of days. And we decided to go ahead and meet some of our viewers while we're out there.
Alexa Rodriguez, any tips for gardening in clay heavy soil? Don't.
That's not true.
Amend the soil or build raised beds. Those are your 2 options.
No, it's not. You can use gypsum to break up clay soil. You can also do, like, if you've ever, Charles Dowding, I'm like a total Charles Dowding fan. Like, he has some incredible gardening information. Hey, Benjamin, your plate is right there, darling, if you want to get your plate
Boo.
to eat. That's one sweaty boy. You want to come say hi to everybody? Charles Dowding has some really good stuff, and he actually talks about using his no-dig composting method on heavy clay soils, and then over time doing no-dig, and also some people do wood chips if you're in a region that allows for that. Basically, no-dig methods can allow that soil health to come back and that compaction to break down, and gypsum is also good for that. Or you could build raised beds, but anything that you're going to do on clay soil, you're not going to do it in a year. It's going to take some work, but if you start now, it'll be sooner. Charles Dowding, Dowding. Hey, you want to tell them about Charles Dowding? Tell me something about Charles Dowding. You're going to whisper it. Benjamin is a big Charles Dowding fan. Actually, I have a dream board because I think that it's really powerful to have your dreams and desires to be out in front of your face. And on my dream board is a picture of Charles Dowding's garden because me and Benjamin want to go there, don't we? Yeah. We want to go visit Charles Dowding's garden, and that's on our list. Oh, we doing this? Is this what we're doing?
Hey, how did I grow a head between my neck? Look at this little pimple over here. Go eat your food.
Go eat your lunch or dinner, okay? If you want to take that back to Jackson's room, you can, okay? Everybody else was sitting back there and having a picnic on Jackson's floor. Yeah, Time to Sow said the clay will break down if you diligently add compost over time. It really makes beautiful soil. So that's essentially, Charles Dowding talks about packing down compost and you never till it. And so essentially over time, what happens is that soil begins to be aerated again through like earthworms and just having a healthy ecosystem in your soil. So that's what I would say. He did get a haircut, Lori. Yep. Sowing a Legacy said we improved our clay soil in about 3 years. 1 inch topsoil now about 12 inches. So that's a good way to look. Like honestly, 3 years is a really healthy expectation if you're going to go after amending very poor soil.
It also depends on your grade.
What?
Your grade.
Oh, I thought you were being funny.
If we started,
you're being serious.
We would have a hard. We could not just do straight amendments a lot of times because our grade is so steep with the water. It would just keep washing it off. Yeah. We'd have to swell or build a border to keep stuff in.
Keep your topsoil in.
Yeah.
Samantha Torres said, Jess, your thoughts on saving seeds from store-bought tomatoes? Mine grew weird mutation. Yeah, anytime you're going to save from store-bought fruit that's not heirloom, if it's not packaged as heirloom, you're taking a risk because most of what you purchase in the store is going to be an F1 hybrid and they're not stable. You can save those seeds. You can buy, a lot of people don't realize this, you can buy a 1-pound bag of dried beans for $1.67 and plant those. And the only issue is with anything that you get at the store, you just don't know what you're going to get fully. Like the beans, you probably would get a normal harvest. And a lot of people do that for, like, if you have a steep grade and you're trying to keep it from washing out, you can use like peas from the store or whatever. I don't know. You can just use those kinds of things if you need a lot of seed to broadcast some plants. But I think it's kind of a fun experiment. We had these pumpkins that grew out of our compost once. The most productive squash plant I've ever grown. And it grew out of our compost from a store-bought pumpkin that got thrown in there. The seeds got thrown in there in the fall. And the next year by July, I was so overrun by like pie pumpkins.
Yeah, me and Jake.
Thank you, the Painted Stone Cottage. We appreciate that so much.
Me and Jake used to do that for
the
feed plots for deer.
Mm-hmm.
Go buy a bunch of store-bought beans and throw them out, and they grow little bean plants.
Jen bought 30 pounds of beans today. That woman is living in the kitchen this time of year. She's putting up so much stuff. Seed packs. Okay. I'm going to do a vlog about it, but I do have something kind of cool.
What?
Hold on. So these are my fall maybes. I won't be planting all of these. But this is my stuff.
You got it pulled out?
Yeah, I went through everything that I wanted to have. This is from Baker Creek. They're fresh fall favorites from the garden to the kitchen. So these are all fall seeds. Yeah.
Yeah, so are these.
Brussels sprouts. I think I may try to start some from seeds. And then I'm also probably going to see if I can find any that have already started. Like at the store. Okay. Chris just said something and I lost it. Okay, we got dwarf banana trees that produce edible fruit from Baker Creek heirloom seeds and rice. I would put them in a pot because I think it probably gets too cold too early where you are, Chris. But if you could put them in a pot and bring them in the house, my mom grows bananas, just moving them in and out in a pot. I don't think you have a greenhouse, do you? But yeah, I would just grow them in a pot. Banana trees are supposed to be kind of hard to start, but I don't know what time of year you would want to start those. Maya, any ideas to get a collapsed cattle panel arch trellis bent back up where it should be? I have never seen one collapse before.
Reverse it.
Yeah, I would reverse it.
So if it collapsed this way, flip it around and then reverse it.
What was on it that it caused it to collapse?
I think they said the picante squash.
The rampicante squash?
I think that's the right one. They said someone said that their trellis collapsed because they had 100 pounds of that squash on it.
What? That's nuts.
Hey, go eat your food.
I've never.
Can I put my mango?
Not yet right now. Actually, yeah, you can have your turn. You haven't had a turn yet.
That's crazy. So what are you planting for fall? I haven't started fall plants. I'm a little bit behind as far as some of the seed starting, some of the brassicas. But I'll just show you all a few of these. I am going to do a vlog. This one, this Coeur de View, which just means ox heart, I'm pretty sure. This is a really neat cabbage, and it grows like that. That's just the head. We grew these last year. They got huge, and they were really, really good. Doing lots of root vegetables. I don't really grow carrots in the spring because it gets so hot here so fast. So I'm going to grow a lot of carrots. The cool thing about carrots is that you can essentially store them in the ground. Like once it gets cold, if it gets really cold, I don't know. I can't speak for super northern climates. I've never grown there, but even when it gets actually cold. So last winter, it didn't really get that cold here, but you can just cut the tops off and mulch them and then go and dig them up as you need them.
Another thing we tried this year is we cut our spring kale off at the stalk. and we were going to see if they bounce back, right?
Yeah, they started to sprout, and then I think it got really too hot for them, and they dried up.
Oh.
So that didn't work. I think it would work, but
how would we change it?
Maybe water them a lot more. I didn't water them like you would a seedling. I just kind of let them fend for themselves the way the rest of the garden did.
Oh, I thought that's what you're supposed to do.
Shows
you how much I know.
Angel Cooper, my Kajari melons were orange on the inside. Some of them were green on the inside. I asked on our group, and someone a lot smarter than me explained basically, I don't know, I might be messing this up. Maybe somebody who saw it can explain it a little bit better, but they were basically saying that there's some melons that process carotene differently, and some will be green and some will be orange. I don't know if I'm not getting that. Hey, Espec Traditions. What's up, girl? It's one of my doTERRA girls.
Espec. Cool.
Congratulations, Heirloom Permaculture. I didn't see what we were. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Heirloom Permaculture went over 4,000 watch hours. That's awesome. So yeah, from what I understand, because I was wondering if somehow I ended up with cross-pollinated seeds on my Kajaris for some of them to be different colors. But from what I understand, that they can actually do that. I don't know. I saved some seeds from the orange flesh melons and then some for the green flesh melons. So. Oh, Little Garden, Big Dreams. That's awesome. I think you're going to love Paul Robeson. It's one of my favorites. Y'all, can you believe, that's what we were doing. We were tearing the tomato plants out. Not sad. It just goes by so fast. It's crazy. It's like 1 week you're bringing in 50 pounds of tomatoes at a time, and the next week they're gone.
Yeah.
We did harvest probably like 30 pounds of green tomatoes, though.
That's a lot of green tomatoes.
Thank you, Sherry Bacon. I appreciate that. Hey, Duncan 1900, how are you?
Goldshell on here too.
Oh, cool. Oh, guys, let's talk about t-shirts. Okay.
Oh yeah, Morgan, you need to tell me which shirt you want.
Yeah, we'll have to send Morgan. We got to send you a shirt. So we released our new t-shirt designs. Oh, sweet Maya's gonna go see why there's a baby crying back there. It's Benjamin. So we released our new t-shirts. We just did Teespring. We didn't get any printed, but Morgan, if you'll tell us which one you want, we will send you one. Morgan Gold from Goldshaw Farm, he actually designed 2 of our shirts, and we released a video the other day. If moderators, if somebody could throw the link up to our t-shirts. Thank you, Ben. Yo, hey, will you bring those over here? I'll show them. Okay, so here's Ben Turn.
Hey, everyone.
And he just brought in our harvesting baskets, which I forgot out there. Check out all of that green fruit and then all of this. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's more than 30 pounds. That basket is probably 25.
Easy.
So that's a lot. Going on right now for the rest of this week, it's Roots. And it's 10% off. We added the Comfort to 5X. But I've only ever gotten the blend and the tank top from them. So I'm not really sure on sizing. Maybe we could ask in the Facebook, like, if people are. I would really love to maybe ask people to post a picture in the Facebook group of them wearing their t-shirt so we can kind of get an idea, like, I'm wearing it and this is what size I got, so we can maybe get an idea. Bye, Kira. We'll see you next time. Goss Mania. Well, where are you starting them? Are you starting them in the same place? Are they getting the same amount of light? That might take a little while. And I think tomato seeds germ other things. So it might just be the difference of what you're doing. We do not choose the sizes either. Teespring puts what they're available. And yes, if you go to the link of Hi Farming Our Backyard, if you go to the link, click on the design that you see, like just click on the t-shirt and then there's a drop down menu and it has all the styles. It has hoodies and tank tops and the different shirts. If you're looking for the extended sizes, the comfort tee is the one that goes up to 5X. And, but yeah, just click on the style that you are wanting and then go from there. I know the ones that we are retiring are squad goals.
Squad goals? Kitten George.
Are we going to retire Kitten George?
Yes, for now. We can bring it back because honestly, we just retired one. We retired Trellis, and someone messaged on the video saying, "Oh my gosh, you took Trellis down, didn't have a chance to buy it."
I'm trying to keep it from being super
or...
cluttered, like by retiring some of the older ones.
So Squad Goals is going down. Kitten George is going down, and Miriam, the goat head, is going down.
Is going to go.
And we've talked about possibly some out of the second round, which would be the Dr. Witchies, maybe like that round. We might retire a couple of those.
Let's see. I was trying to pull it up. I typed in t-shirt in Google. My brain just can't do two things at one time.
Did Morgan choose what shirt he wanted?
I don't know if he said it. I missed it.
Let me scroll up. Tauntaun, is that the one he wants?
Anna Marie said you should just leave them all up. So the code is Roots. The code is Roots. And so I want to show them to you guys if I can pull them up. Yeah, he said Tauntaun.
All right, cool.
So yeah, we'll get, I have your address, I think, but I'll message you if I need it. Okay. So I'm looking to show you the different designs here. So Morgan and Jeremiah, they routinely like nerd out together on things like Star Wars and other
XL Tauntaun, and then choose a color, Morgan. Just text me. Text me a choice so I don't have to go through this live chat to find out the answers.
So they got together and Morgan designed 2 shirts that are
actually selling pretty well.
They're very funny.
They're realistic, very realistic.
So if y'all will recall, whenever we were bringing home our
Morgan's more of a realist artist. That's the thing. Things on the more realistic side.
When we were bringing home our new animals, you guys all started this joke saying that it was going to be either tauntauns or velociraptors. And so Morgan made these funny images and sent them to us, and we put them on a t-shirt because it's hilarious. So here's the first one. I know this isn't the best way for me to show you. Hold on. It's smudgy. Okay. Here's the first one. Jeremiah riding a tauntaun alpaca.
Yeah.
And then there's, they're so silly. Y'all are silly. And then this one is kind of a spoof on the Chris Pratt thing, which for those of you who don't know, I'm a big Chris Pratt fan. There with the Jeremiah kind of pushing back the velociraptors. So. Oh, Nanda said, impressed with your t-shirts, I am. And then of Little and Light.
Bless You, I Do is my favorite shirt.
If somebody could please search real quick the YouTube channel of Little and Light. Is that it? That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they did kind of some fan art for us, and they sent us these designs, and we asked if we could put them on t-shirts, and they were like, absolutely, I would be so honored. And so she did this one, and it says, Bless You, I Do. And I absolutely love that one. That's probably my favorite one. And then I had to throw in some gardening stuff. So I did. Oh no, there was this one too. This was of Little and Light. She made this one, and it says infinitely more, which of course is in reference to the scripture in the devotional that we put up a few months ago. Morgan is Morgan Gold. He's our friend, Gold Shaw Farm. He's been commenting on here. He's got a really cool YouTube channel, and he lives up in the Frigid North.
Podcast.
And a really cool podcast, which we've had the honor of being on. And he has a really great sense of humor. We really we have fun talking to Morgan. April Doran, my opinion of the Joey versus the Rue apron. I really love the root apron if you're carrying really heavy harvests because it spreads the weight out on your back and it's not so much on your hips and waist. However, when it's hot, it's really hot to have that extra on. So I really like the Joey for when it's hot. I use both of them probably equally. Okay, so I did this shirt. It just says grow all the beautiful things. And all of these you can click on and go drop down in hoodies, tank tops, all of that. And then this one was just kind of a silly joke. I don't even know how many people are going to buy this, but it was just kind of funny.
This is my second favorite shirt.
Everybody keeps telling me to put this on a shirt, and so I finally did. It says, I say tomato, you say tomato, I say Dr. Witchy's, and now it's stuck forever. Just as a joke, and it says Roots and Refuge Farm on the bottom, for those of you who will never let the witchy die.
Witchy lives on forever.
So those are the shirts. I'm not going to be making aprons right now. If we ever get to the point that we actually have like actual merchandise produced for us and dealt with in a distribution center, we will do that. Right now we use Teespring, which is a drop shipping service. And basically, like, we never we couldn't have merch if we had to handle all of the shipping of it. We just don't have time. So I don't love Teespring's limitations on like sizes and some different things. Like, I really wish it was different. I wish they had more options. But right now, it's the service that YouTube partners with, and they make it a lot easier on you to use that one.
Easiest way to send us a message be through Facebook or email.
Yeah. Josh, I have in my mind that I would like to shoot another devotional video tomorrow morning. I have something that I really want to share, but I'm hoping that we can work that out time-wise. No, Doe Acre said, I'd said Dr. Witchy at the seed store, and they looked at me like I was stupid. It's cool. I said it in front of like 100,000 people, and they probably thought I was stupid, but it is what it is. So yeah, whenever you guys get your shirts, make sure you post pictures of them and tag us in them because we love seeing that. And whenever people tag me in their Instagram stories wearing our shirts, I always share it on my story so other people can see it too. So, we had snow here in the south of Australia yesterday, hailstones and lots of rain. The sun is out today. Wow, little garden, big dreams. You know, whenever we're in like the throes of winter, I always like vicariously live through my Australian friends' garden photos. So you guys will be getting there soon. You'll be putting your stuff in. I would love to get into like an apron line. I've got lots. Luke and Emma Gardner said it that way in a video, Dr. Witchy. That's awesome. He grew a massive Dr. Witchy tomato. He posted pictures yesterday. It was over 2 pounds. It was huge. Finding ground. We should have a tea giveaway. We may go ahead and do a tea giveaway. What do you think?
A t-shirt giveaway?
Yeah.
We can host it on the Friends of Roots and Refuge like we did last time.
We'll do a t-shirt giveaway on the Friends of Roots and Refuge. I may go ahead and do one on Instagram too. I actually need to post a giveaway with some friends on Instagram. Haley Rose, my potter friend who makes mugs. I'm going to do a giveaway with her and Alchemist Farms where we got our quail eggs. And she's going to give away some quail, and my friend Jill from Whispering Willow Farm. So
where is Jill giving away?
I can't remember.
Kombucha?
No, I can't remember what she was going to put in it. And I was going to put some essential oils in it. So I need to talk to them. Maybe I'll have that up this week, and we could throw a t-shirt in it too. Yeah, Goss family, you can do that.
Dr. Witchy's is going to become the Doctor Who of tomatoes.
Yeah, Amanda Palladini calls him the good doctor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And he is. I think I'm getting to the point that when people say if you could only grow one tomato, that would be my choice.
Yeah, I think that's
because
true.
To be fair, I could buy all the rest of the tomatoes locally. Like the dark ones, like you can get, people grow Cherokee Purple and Black Crim's getting pretty popular. Like some of the darker tomatoes are getting popular. So I think that I could like get that need met. But man, there's nothing like the good doctor. The Thriving Roots. Thank you so much for that, for your kind words and for that super chat. Is it Shonda Newman? Y'all have really inspired me to start a fall garden. Got my little seedlings growing in the greenhouse now. That's awesome. Congratulations. You should totally grow a fall garden. It's definitely, people just don't understand.
I think I like more stuff that comes out of the fall garden than the spring.
What?
I like more stuff out of the fall garden than spring gardens.
Yeah. Like what? What do you like?
All the leafy greens.
Yeah, like salad stuff.
I've been crushing it on salads.
Yeah, Jeremiah's like living off salads right now. Hey
How
guys.
much weight have I lost?
I don't know how much weight have you lost.
Why don't you tell them?
I don't know how much weight you've lost.
How much weight have you lost?
I've lost well, I mean, since I started this time, 8 pounds.
So we've really felt challenged, and there was a conviction, really. I guess it really was God that guided us that direction.
We're eating a lot healthier.
We're really cleaning things up and just buckling down. And I've lost 20 pounds.
15 or 20
Almost
pounds.
20 pounds.
Yeah. So we've been eating super healthy. We have not been eating any refined sugars whatsoever. Really no bread products.
Delta Guy 28 is the one who sent us all those seeds with the ground cherries from that seed company that we weren't sure where it came from.
Thank you. Guys, sometimes we get these things and I don't know where they came from, but thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I was excited. There was a bunch of ground cherries. Plant all the ground cherries.
Trisha, that's awesome. Yeah, we actually managed to eat pretty well in Missouri. There was a really good place.
Yeah, single dad. I saw that stuff. I was like,
were you being judgy?
You don't even grow your own food.
My thing is, whenever we travel with people who I know eat clean at home and grow their own food, and they're eating and they're they're in a place where they have to eat. I'm like, you are gonna feel like crap. It's when you're used to eating good, eating junk food.
I'm
on the road
intermittent fasting, so I'm not eating till 10, and I brought hummus and chips and beef jerky, and Big Bear and Single Dad show up with McDonald's.
Big Bear
said first.
Single Dad.
Big Bear said first. So they
I was
showed
about to
up.
say, you just gonna bust your friends out like
that? It was pretty bad. We ate better than McDonald's in boot camp, and that boot camp was pretty low.
Yeah, we are intermittent fasting. Andrew Littlefield said he lost 40 pounds intermittent fasting. It really does help your body in a lot of ways.
It keeps me from eating late at night, which was a bad habit of mine. I don't have a metabolism like Ben Turn. He's like, man, I got to eat second dinner before I go to bed. I get a good ribeye, medium rare, a couple of pounds of carrots and spinach or something. I'm like, man, if I eat anything, I put on 5 or 6 pounds while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, Dr. Berg has some really interesting stuff. I haven't really heard him talk about intermittent fasting, but I haven't listened to just a ton of his stuff.
We also like juicing. Juicing's really good.
That is probably, we watched this documentary.
We're doing a trifecta. We're juicing in the morning, intermittent fasting, no carbs.
Well, we're eating natural carbs, but not refined.
Low carb.
We're not eating refined flours. We're not eating things
sugar.
like potatoes and stuff like that.
I've gotten completely off sugar.
Yeah. So
I don't even remember what sugar tastes like.
Wow. Tawana Jeffrey said, I've lost 25 pounds with this first vegetable garden. That's, Daniel last year, he lost a lot of weight because he was just eating so much out of the garden. Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. That was that's the juicing documentary where we learned about juicing, and we started.
Someone said, can you do ground cherries in the fall?
Well, they're going to die when it frosts. So you could grow them into the fall, but whenever the first frost comes, they're done.
Yeah, I first watched that 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I dropped 40 pounds in a month. Just because I did 7-day juice cleanse and then eat healthy, and then I do a 7-day juice cleanse. I was hitting it. But that's not really sustainable for me because you have to clean up the juicer every single time. And
Judy Bond asked a Bible question. What do you do with a person you can't cut ties with but continual forgiving? There's a book called Keep Your Love On by Danny Silk. Really, really incredible teacher, counselor. And he's written this book, and it has been completely life-changing for us as far as just relational connection with anybody, with each other, with our kids, and with unhealthy relationships. But that book, I would say, is I think everybody should read that book. I think everybody would benefit from it. But if you're in a place with that, basically you have to come to a place where you don't have to cut ties to set boundaries necessarily. And essentially it basically teaches that as powerful people, we can only take responsibility for ourselves. And if we don't take responsibility for ourselves, we don't control ourselves, we'll try to control other people. And that manifests one of three ways. We either play the role of a victim, a bad guy, or a rescuer. And essentially, in order to play any of those roles, you need other powerless people around you who are trying to control other situations instead of themselves. And essentially, it talks about learning to set healthy boundaries. And basically, if a person is being a victim, a bad guy, or a rescuer, that you don't engage. And so essentially what happens is the people you're in relationship with, they begin taking responsibility for themselves and controlling themselves, or they get out of relationship with you. It's a really, really good book.
Hold on. I saw something. Hugh Sargent. That was that family I met at Home Depot. I think they had just moved to the area
cool.
and then ran into us. Or ran into me. I think Ben was with me. Yeah.
Do I know if I have any Jewish roots? Not that I know of.
He's also a former Marine, Chris and Jason.
Oh, cool. It's Keep Your Loved One by Danny Silk. Lauren just shared it right there. So yeah, it's a very, 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 very powerful teaching. And it's been just life-changing, and be prepared for the fact that it's the kind of thing that's going to take you years to really implement in your life. I think I read that book for the first time like 3 or 4 years ago. And the first year, I don't think I really put it into play. I just try to put it into play for other people, which is completely powerless, because when you can't control yourself, you try to control other people. But yeah, and like now I'm actually able to enjoy really healthy relationships and recognize really unhealthy relationships and not engage with them. Because my thing is I really fell into like a rescuer mentality a lot. And so I would really play in when people would be like playing a victim, and I'd be like, oh, let me help you and let me fix this for you. And that's not love. So yeah, very good.
How do you say that last name? Bill Utioven?
I have no idea.
Anyways, Bill, send us an email, and maybe we can work something out.
What do you need?
About the bandanas and aprons and stuff.
Grab one of those packs of edamame up there. Those red packs. If you need an ice pack, those will work.
Ice pack for what?
I don't know.
What happened to
Ashley?
Oh, okay, cool.
He accidentally poked him in the eye.
Punched him in the eye.
Oh, okay.
It's always an accident, too. Never on purpose. You just flail your hands and you get hit. It's like, oh, it's an accident. It's always an accident. Nothing ever happens because you chose it.
Thank you, Heather Phillips. Thank you for that super chat. Good night, Grace Junction. Thank you, Of Little and Light. We shared the shirts, and we shared your link to your YouTube. We really appreciate you designing those for us. I love the Bless You I Do. That's like one of my favorite shirts. I don't have all of our shirts. I don't have my own copy of them, but I'm getting that one because I definitely want to wear it. I think it's really funny. Let's see. What time is it? Let me make sure. We still have 8 minutes.
It's 43 minutes running, so we have 17 minutes.
Yeah, definitely check out Keep Your Loved One. Definitely. Lauren's still sharing the name of that if anybody wants to grab it. Lauren she's also gone through that book a lot and implemented that. I've seen Lauren on my vlogs a lot. She's one of our very best friends here that lives here locally with us. And that's something that, we have learned to implement in just our life. It really is just a very life-changing teaching. I remember the first time I read it, I was literally like, oh my gosh, I am so powerless. Just completely. And just in retrospect, looking at my whole life and thinking, wow, like this is why so many of my relationships have had trouble and failed. And this is where I was mishandled. This is where I mishandled people. Like this is completely illuminating to how I engage with other people. Yes, keep your loved one is biblical, but it's biblically based for sure. But if you, it's not. It is definitely biblically based. He is out of a church. He is a pastor, and but I think that I've had friends who have read it that they do not believe the same as me, and they've still gotten a lot out of it. They were able to see the, basically what he was saying without the biblical basing. So I don't know. It's worth, I think, for everybody to read that. By the city stead. Didn't even see you comment, but
I think he's saying evening, guys.
Oh, you're here.
Not.
Hey,
evening.
the city stead. I was like, you're leaving. I haven't even seen you comment.
From the south, depending on how you fluctuate your evening, could either be coming or going.
Thank you, Lauren. That's the language I was looking for. Yes, it's biblically based, but it can be applied even in the secular world. Thank you. It's a great book. It's definitely a very, very good teaching.
It'll challenge.
Absolutely major impact for him.
It'll challenge you.
It'll challenge the heck out of you, to be entirely sure.
City says that I don't. Are we talking in code? First it's evening, and now it's I.
Of little and light. Yes, please. I definitely want more La Mancha dolings for sure. Yes, Maya is
a former Marine. I'm actually medically retired.
Yes, he is Marine.
I have an ID from like 6 years ago with my much younger looking face, and it doesn't expire until 2049. I cannot wait to get on base with that.
Whenever you go to that's gonna be hilarious. You're gonna be like an old man using that.
That's me, it's funny. But I mean, 49. How old would I be then? I'm 30 now.
You're not gonna be an old man with that.
No, but I'll be much older.
Yeah, you'll be older,
especially with all you kids.
I have not bought a spinning wheel yet. I won't have fiber till next year, so I have not even thought about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Just jumping in and listening while I change some brakes on my car.
Ah, handy.
I think it's BRAKES. Brakes.
You can be correcting folks' spelling up on our live.
I'm not even that good at spelling, so I gotta take advantage when I can.
He's changing his brakes and commenting at the same time. For that, I applaud you, good sir.
You better make sure you get those brakes in right.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with fiber yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm going to do some of that and probably do a good deal of trading with my fiber for other people to make stuff for us. That's probably what I'm going to do.
Tina, we are doing great. I'm so glad you were able to come hang out with us. Maureen Thompson, see you later.
Good night. Oh, I drank all my coffee. That's
It's all gone.
Dried fig pieces.
Eat them.
You can reconstitute them by soaking them in the water if you want to cook them in something that way. But they're really good in like baking and stuff. Actually, every year I cook this turkey for Thanksgiving, and at that point, it's just dried figs because all of the fresh figs, they're not in season. But they the turkey, it's got this balsamic fig like reduction glaze on it. It's so good. It's a Tyler Florence recipe if you want to Google it. It's balsamic fig turkey from Tyler Florence. But yeah, you basically reconstitute the dried figs, and then you strain out the seeds, and then you reduce it for like an hour and a half. It takes a while, and then mix in some balsamic vinegar and baste your turkey in it. Oh, so good. I love figs. Can I actually admit something to you guys? Actually, figs are probably my favorite thing to eat that grows. More than tomatoes, to be completely honest. I love figs so much. So they're super good. They just don't last very long. What do you recommend for fall gardens? I'm going to do a video this week showing you guys what I'm going to start for my fall garden, and then also what I'm going to plant. No. A mansplained barbecue vlog.
Oh, what?
You should do like a mansplained barbecue vlog. I'm the griller in our family.
I'm not worried about it.
I am. I do the grilling.
It's fine.
And I'm good at it, so
I
who
do-
lets me?
I do the eating of the grilling. Y'all got a problem with it?
I worked at the steakhouse.
Check your 1920s attitude at the door.
Gossmania.
Say what?
I said I worked at a steakhouse.
My favorite color is green. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue.
Not
favorite.
like light blue, dark blue.
To clear, like
Not
cobalt.
royal blue, like navy.
Yeah, I like.
Cobalt's okay.
I like.
Navy's
green.
better. Navy is superior.
I have a fake Laura bar recipe with dates in it. Can I replace the dates with figs?
I don't know. Try it out.
Yeah.
If it sucks, feed it to your chickens.
Yeah, figs and dates are both pretty
We tried
expensive.
some not fig bars, as if you guys didn't know what
I
not
tried to
is.
make fig bars with
My
like
mom was a
paleo
notorious
flowers.
not person. She's like,
and
here,
no
try
sugar."
these mashed potatoes. I'm like, this is not potatoes. She goes, well, it's cauliflower, but it tastes the same. I'm like, it's not potatoes. See,
Chris said you can interchangeably use those for date bars. Go ahead.
anyways,
not ranch.
there's not stuff. Like, you know,
Hey Ben, do you want a plate?
I'm not a big fan of not stuff.
There's food
So
in
Jessica
the
made
crock
some
pot.
not fig bars with like applesauce and some kind of coconut flours. The breading, it was just horrible. It tasted horrible.
Anytime you're replacing carbs with not carbs. It's,
Yeah, anytime you're replacing carbs with not carbs and sugar with not sugar. Yeah, I definitely want to make an alpaca blanket for Ben. I can crochet some. I'm not like super good, but I could probably work on it and do that. So, that's in the plan. But you know, it'll be next year. So, yeah, I made some. I didn't think they were awful. They just weren't good. There's a difference.
The worst thing you ever cooked was a cauliflower substitute cheese soup, and it was.
That was just a particular.
It's the only thing I gave Journey Pig that she was like, nope. Mhm.
I'm a pretty good cook, but I've had my fails for sure.
Pretty good cook, like the best,
Oh.
but you make mistakes. I do so appreciate that you learn from those mistakes, because guess how many times we've made cauliflower cheese soup since then?
Lauren says she has a really good recipe.
Great, cook it for your kids. We've made that 0 more times. Goose egg, because that sucked. We can eat healthy. We're eating healthy now, and we're still not having to eat that.
We are eating really healthy.
Honestly, what we ended up using it for was patching the sheetrock in the hallway. It's still good. It's actually the strongest part of the sheetrock we have in the house.
That's not.
And if you scratch it, it smells like smoked Gouda. Smoked Gouda.
See, even Aiden eats it, and Aiden is super picky.
I don't
so.
trust you. So, coming from the person who sautés onions with flour and puts them on your chest.
Which works. You just like giving Lauren a hard time. That's a part of being one of my friends is Jeremiah's gonna rack you really hard. Finding routes that I can burn.
This is how you know if I like you.
Bye, Duncan.
If I'm
1900.
picking on you, I like you. If I'm not talking to you or ignoring you, it's because I don't like you. So just think back for the times you've hung out with me, and you'll figure it out.
Oh man.
Some people will be like, "Oh, he was making fun of me, so he really liked me," and some people will have the revelation that I didn't talk to them.
ML
I'm kidding,
Bryant,
that's not real.
where are you? It depends on where you are. I could still plant cucumbers from seed, but it would be a pretty close call. I probably wouldn't get a lot. So let's see. So sauteed tomatoes were so good.
We could do
a
that.
what we eat in a day video. That would be
I
cool.
posted on Instagram one of the salads I had, and that salmon salad.
We didn't grow that though, but it was still really good.
I don't grow salmon, but
I mean, the rest of it. Now, soon we will have grown a lot of it because we can't grow salad greens in the summer. It's too hot.
And our blueberries, we didn't get those in, so we don't have that. But there still was delicious. And then after that, she made this pecan crusted chicken, and it was.
Jess, would you name my hen? She's yellow and sunshiny.
Ben's really the best person for this. Black cat, I know that stuck.
No, well, it wasn't black. Kitten black.
Kitten black.
It was
I
the
know
name.
that stuck. There's no way that you're not still calling that cat Kitten black. Am I a Leo? I don't know my Capricorn. What is it? Zodiac? I don't know the zodiac. So what am I? Taurus?
December 28th. That's fine. I have no
that's
idea. I don't keep
borderline.
up with that stuff. Let's see. Will I name your hen? She's yellow
The
and
cool one.
sunshiny. Let me think about it. I have to think about these things. I can't just pop it off the top of my head. Christopher Walken. Yeah, I definitely. I actually did name Christopher Walken. Sweet mind named Christopher Walken.
Capricorn. I don't know. See, it is a Capricorn-y.
Yeah. Oh, Sunflower is a cute
He
name.
doesn't talk to me. I just talk to myself.
Let's see. Same birthday. Oh, that's your son's birthday. Oh, Mark, enjoy doing the honeydew. All right, guys.
You said it's a yellow cat. Name her Yolk.
It's a chicken.
Chicken.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
name her
a
Yolk.
perfect-
That's a great idea.
Yolk. That's a silly name.
No.
Something fantastic. See, what I do is I think like, okay, Sunshine is a good name. So what makes me think of sunshine? Like
The sun.
what? But I also really love using pop culture names. I just think it's really fun. So.
Just call her Cardi B.
Big time said call her Cardi B. Oh.
Becky.
Anytime I don't know much about Cardi B, but when I have seen like a few videos of her, I always watch them with this face.
That's a good thing.
And then I'm
Somebody's
like, bless her,
asking for
Lord.
a JP video update.
Yeah, we'll get a video update of JP.
She keeps trying to fight me.
She's doing well. She keeps.
Kitty Black. I love Kitty Black.
Yeah, that was Benjamin's name. We have done mashed cauliflower, and it was good. And I roasted cauliflower for dinner tonight.
Yeah, but you didn't make it into some nasty cheese soup and then call it potato soup substitute.
You love my cooking.
I do. Especially when you don't cook stuff like that.
Pam Stout, I'm glad you'll have to let me know how you like that book. I hope that helps somebody tonight.
I'm so hungry. I'm about to eat this barbecue chicken and Brussels sprouts. I actually love roasted Brussels sprouts. Big Bear knows what I'm talking about.
That's what they fed us when we came.
But I don't know. What were we talking about? There's something so funny.
Heather, my birthday is December 16th. So our birthdays are right next to each other. What are your feelings on zoodles? Lone Star Living asks.
Zucchini noodle?
What
Like
are
zucchini
zoodles?
zoodles where you like
They're
It's-
dope.
Ben Turn thinks they're dope. He just said
Nope or dope?
dope.
They're good.
Mhm.
I don't know. Jessica
spaghetti
made
squash was
spaghetti
really
squash the first time. It was okay.
I didn't.
And then she stored it with this leftover sauce and made meat, tomatoes, or squash mash the next day.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Not my favorite. Not my
Not
favorite.
favorite.
First time, okay, I can get. It was okay. Like
Yeah, he
it
didn't like it.
was
either.
kind of like spaghetti. It was enough that it was fine. The second day after the spaghetti squash like broke down and disintegrated into the meat sauce, it was like I can't do this.
I thought it was really.
I thought I
good.
was eating like baby food. That's what it felt like, at least.
Big Bear said the girls wore zoodles out around there. I don't know. As far as like eating healthy food for me, I'm like not into the whole like hide the vegetables or like not foods. Like I love just like tonight it's roasted Brussels sprouts and roasted cauliflower. Like I just love veggies as they are. And so I guess I understand you could probably wear things out and you like want some variation and stuff. And so maybe
We actually submitted a cookbook idea once and they got rejected.
yeah, that was a long time ago.
We're gonna do a cookbook eventually.
Yeah.
Chris at Single Dad says, "Do you want to cook at HOA?"
Yeah, I could do that.
Meg Holler owes us chowder, so that's
But-
definitely happening once.
By ode, do you actually mean that?
What?
Ode?
Yeah, she's cooking it. She says she would.
Okay. Yeah, Meg Holler makes really good chowder.
Well, we're not hanging out.
Or we're not. Oh, that's funny. Amy saw her buy this. She said, "Looks like my brother." I have not grown daikon radishes, but I'm gonna grow some this fall. Lone Star Living said I'm sitting here listening about eating healthy, eating Arby's. Do you
Let's not talk about what we're not doing.
Christina, did you have home births except for Ben? No, actually, I did not have home births. Just very briefly, we won't go into in depth because it's already after 8:00 and Jeremiah wants to eat his dinner. But Jeremiah's first son passed away. You know, we were both married previously, and his first son passed away. And so when it came down to having our boys, Toby, Ezra, and Benjamin, he was very adamant about doing it in a hospital. Just that was his comfort level. And I was okay with that. I did, I had liked the idea of a home birth. We also had our insurance paid for a hospital birth and it did not pay for home births. And so we would have had to come out of pocket for it. It would have been a few $1,000s, which at the time that we that was just a massive amount of money to us. It was really borderline impossible. I know we could have prioritized that and made it happen, but it was important to him to do it in a hospital. And so I had Toby and Ezra in the hospital just completely naturally. I had a great doctor that was super pro natural birth. And then, of course, Ben ended up being a C-section, which actually Benjamin was born in an ice storm. We live out in the sticks on a ridge. Like, you cannot get to our house without four-wheel drive if there's ice on the road. And we don't have – our four-wheel drive truck was broken at the time. And he was adamant that we go stay with my dad in town because he didn't want to be stuck at home. And even though his mom was next door, she was trained. She'd had a lot of home births. She was a labor and delivery nurse and then wanted to go back and become a midwife. And I was like, I'll just have him here. And he was like, well, we can't do an unassisted birth. And I was like, yeah, it'd be fine if it happens. I mean, I'm sure it'll be okay if the ice storm does trap us. And he was so adamant that we go. And so Benjamin was in a hospital and he ended up being a C-section because he was breech and really big.
Good call, Jack.
Oh. Do you want to say something so people don't think I'm talking about really sad stuff and making me super bummed?
I'm okay.
Yeah. It's
one benefit of Marine Corps training is they definitely teach you how to compartmentalize trauma. So when she starts to peel the lid back a little bit, lock that crap back down. You know what I mean? You rock? No, I'm actually okay. It took me a while.
Yeah.
Like that helped me that helped me deal with my mom better. Like,
you've had to unpack that over the course of the last year.
Yeah, it was the craziest thing. I'll share this. I thought I had worked all that out because I took about 5 years. I got angry at God and just didn't trust him. Had a lot of things to work out, which I think God was very fine to work out with me. Mm-hmm. It was a process. Anyways, after that, I thought I was fine. And then Ben ends up happening with the C-section, and the way that happened, like I'm telling you, as soon as they said we're going to have to do the C-section, I just went like, I was fine. And then all of a sudden I was just crying.
I actually shared that today with my cousin because she ended up having an emergency C-section. She had a very traumatic birth. And I actually shared, I wasn't going to bust you out on here with that, but
talking to your cousin though. Busting out in front of my cousin or your cousin. Okay, I get it.
But yeah, like it was crazy because
I had not fully dealt with the emotions of it completely because as soon as they said C-section, I was all
right because I mean
rush of emotions and the fear and everything just came back and I couldn't get a hold of it.
Toby and Ezra were these beautiful natural births, and I mean there was no issue whatsoever, but it wasn't the same experience. And so whenever they did tell me that I had to have a C-section with Ben, like Jeremiah just lost it, and he's not super emotional. It wasn't like, I mean, he is somewhat, but like he doesn't lose his composure. I've only ever seen him lose his composure 2 times ever. That was when Ben was born. And by that, I mean like not being able to get a grip on it. And that was when Ben was born and when his mom died. So yeah, it was just crazy.
Yeah, it was rough. It was hard getting grounded.
Yeah.
But then when Ben came out,
yeah, and then it was fine.
I want to say what happened is that Ben came out and he cried.
Yeah. And then
because with Christian,
he didn't.
Some of the issues he had was lung development because back then they didn't have steroid technology to get steroids into a uterus to develop lung tissue, and he had an amniotic fluid issue. It was leaking out of a small hole. For sure. Anyway, he was a twin. The twin miscarried. It caused a hole in his sac. And then he lost all of his amniotic fluid, so he couldn't develop lung tissue. So the respirators which was one of the best hospitals in the nation, Bethesda National Naval Medical Center, even the most advanced respirator couldn't keep his blood oxygenated. It kept causing problems. So he never really cried. Like he had like a little whimper, and then he never made another sound. And so that was hard. But then when Ben came out and just fully cried, like actually it just clicked, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's crazy. Trauma is a really interesting thing. Just the way that we process things is very fascinating to me. So, but yeah, I was talking with my cousins this evening about how important it is to process, because they did go through a traumatic experience, and it's so important to like deal with that and process it, or because when we bury things, it ends up coming back up. Oh, Lauren, she shared Ben's birth story.
It would be a cool thing to do for Friends of Refuge.
Want to see Ben's birth photos, Lauren? I'm pointing at the comments, like you can see that. Lauren just shared it on the comments.
That was the blog, right? But then also we've got Ezra's birth photos that we could go back and look
and
for.
Share. So yeah, that's really cool.
Anyways, I'm dealing with it in my time.
Yeah. That's one thing I've had to really learn with him is I am like a face grief head on type person. Like I want to deal with things and process them so I can move on to the next step. And like we are so different. And that has been something like truly a massive like let go of control thing for me. Like when Maya's mom died, like his siblings all came here and they literally ate donuts, watched movies, and played cards for like 10 straight days. That's all they did.
We consumed a considerable. That's what I'm actually losing weight on now. Like seriously, when people called us, and I'm not exaggerating, I'm not really not.
It became a joke.
When people called us and they're like, "Is there anything we can do?" We would actually tell them, "Yeah, you can bring about 6 dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. Make sure there's these flavors." And I'm telling you, people would show up.
In the first 2 days, this household, everybody was here. It was 28 dozen donuts, and now he has 8 siblings.
I'm not bragging. Though. We had a lot of people, but there was a lot of donuts consumed. There was a lot of emotions that went in. Green zebra gardening. It was
grief. It was donut grief. Wait, that's what really.
And then we watched stand-up. We watched stand-up comedy.
That too.
And we just laughed. Like everyone laughed. I remember me and Jessica put on one of our favorite stand-up comedian sets. And I can't blame for it. Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Jerry Seinfeld when he
it has some language. If you're going to watch it, just be aware of that. It's got some really, really funny stuff, and for the most part, it's not crude. But for some reason, it's got some language in it, which is stupid.
Very minimal compared to.
I just don't want to give a suggestion.
Sure.
Sit down with their kids with it.
Okay. Well, actually, we sat down with Jackson and asked her,
and then we were like, "Whoa, we don't remember this having this language, you guys."
But I just remember, like the whole family was just full of people sitting, and we just laughed.
Yeah. No, so for you.
Hysterically.
Yeah. So that's how they did their grief. Now, the 2 weeks after she died, while my house was full of people eating donuts and watching shows and playing cards, I was in the garden in silence. And that was my grief. Like I was from bed to the garden, from bed to the garden, from bed to the garden. And I would want to talk to people and I would call somebody. And then within 3 minutes, I'd be like, I thought I wanted to talk, but I don't want to talk. And I would get off the phone. And it was just dealing with that season of like, you think you want to lay down and then you lay down and you want to get up. And really what it is you want to feel better and nothing actually makes you feel better. I guess maybe I should have tried the donuts and comedy route, but I just process. That's my way is process.
I get that it's so bad for you, but I'm telling you, sugar and carbs going into your, it has an effect.
Yeah.
And I had these ones that had apple chunks and cinnamon. It's like a cinnamon roll with apple chunks and cinnamon. Whenever I get down to goal weight, because this is also what I told Jessica when she made those not fig bars. I was like, listen, we are killing it. We're eating super healthy. We're not compromising. We're not being well, I've done so good, so I'm going to stuff my face full of this. We're just sticking to it. I said, but from now on, if we want to have something, we're just going to have the real thing and then get back on track. If you want a fig bar, just cook it with freaking sugar and the oatmeal and all that. Make the actual fig bar. Then we'll indulge and then we'll get back on track. because the knot stuff is not worth it.
Yeah, Lawrence.
It's like tofu substitute. I'm sorry if you guys eat tofu. I can't do it. I'm not making fun of you. I
actually do long periods of time where I don't eat meat, which is so hilarious when we get completely racked by vegans, because I will do vegan fasts for months at a time, and I don't eat meat more often than I do eat meat. But I don't eat meat substitutes. If I'm not eating meat, I'm not eating meat.
I'm sorry, Hannah Rose. It was grief donut. She goes, I've been on keto for a year right now, and you guys are not helping. It was so good.
Yeah, I definitely heal in the garden. That's definitely my healing space. And actually, after Jana died, and we've been reflecting on this a lot because we're coming up on a year, but and I was just completely and Lauren said when she came, we just laid in silence for hours, and that was. Is that glare? It's probably.
Someone's like, "Is there an orb?"
No,
it might be a spiritual orb.
It's not. It's not heavenly. Look, it's just the light.
It's an angel. I think you're an angel, guys. She is so freaking holy and sanctified that the orb follows her around. Blinded by the light.
We're sitting under
our dining room fixture thing, the thing that hangs
right
down.
Here.
Is right Someone's like, "Am I seeing things?"
Oh my gosh. So.
Sorry, I didn't get off track, but it had to be said.
I was talking about healing in the garden. That is totally my secret place with the Lord. I sit in the garden and just, I just feel the presence of God in the garden. And that's my worship place. That's where I am. And so it's not surprising that that's where I was, but Jeremiah's family is all so different. They're so social. They're so extroverted. They wanted to be together. Everybody's together. And I'm just here. And I'm like,
it was so bad. She did so good though, because we would get up. Literally, my family would show up at 7 a.m.
A lot of them just slept here, all over the couches
and stay
the
till
kids' beds.
3 o'clock in the morning, and then we just get a few hours of sleep because we're too exhausted to stay awake and cry anymore. And then we wake up and do the same thing the next day
for days and days. And so about the third day, Jeremiah actually calls Daniel at 11:30. No, it was later than that. It was 1:30 in the morning.
It was late.
It was really, really late. And I'm in bed sobbing my face off. And I'm just I'm so overdone from all the people. And this is during before the funeral and all that stuff. And Jeremiah calls Daniel at 1:30 in the morning. And he's because we had told him to wait, that not to come until the funeral, that we were gonna, just have family time in our house. And 2 or 3 days after, at 1:30 in the morning, Jeremiah calls Daniel, and he's like, "Hey, I think you should come. I think Jess probably needs somebody in the garden with her that can be quiet." So Daniel came, and we actually we tore out a lot of the garden and worked in the garden. So yeah, in silence, because that's how I heal. Very different. Sanja, I'm sorry to hear about your mom. It's definitely grief is probably one of the most deep and beautiful and hard and human things I've ever felt. It is an incredible. I've gotten to the point now that it's bittersweet, because I can at first it was just straight up fear of, oh my God, I'm going to have to feel this again. This feels like dying, and I'm going to have to feel it again. Because somebody else is going to die. In my life, people are going to die. And it's just horrifying the first time you really experience that loss, to understand how inevitable it is to experience it. And then it was fear, and then it was, just the process of it. But it's really gotten to a point now that it's beautiful to know that we get to experience each other. And so, I don't know. Deep thoughts on life.
There you go. Deep thoughts on life. Maybe we should make our lives more about just deep stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Just do it. Just go there.
It's
I like going
Sunday. It's on Sunday anyways.
Yeah, just start talking about stuff. Yeah, I think one of the things, and I actually wrote an article about this that in the magazine that I write for, and I was talking about this recently with the Stivers, who, they just lost Zach's dad a couple weeks ago, I was talking about this article, and it was my friend GT. GT is a retired psychologist, and he is so wise, and he's just one of those people that just every time I run into him, he just has the right thing to say, and he's just, I don't know, there have been so many times God's put that man in my life to just speak the exact right thing. And he came to Maya's mom's visitation, and he came up to me and put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, Jessica, grieve well and make no apologies for it. And like that phrase, grieve well, it just stuck with me. It stuck with me. And that's kind of my thing, is why I grab it head on, because I just think it's a beautiful privilege that we get to feel as much as we get to feel. I think it's an incredible privilege that we've been given as humans to feel. So that's what I did. I grieved well. Lauren is on it. She links everything.
Are there any essential oils for sunburn?
That's really like other direction. It's like deep feeling stuff. Are there?
Someone needs to know. Sunburn suck.
Lavender is a really good essential oil for sunburn, and frankincense is really good, and of course aloe is very good for sunburn. So there you go.
And there are no such thing as essential oils for grief.
Stiver's Home said, never forget
donuts.
to embrace the collateral beauty of grief. That is so wonderful. That's so good.
That's deep. Is that Zach?
Maybe.
Well, Zach would be with me. Donuts. He'd literally be looking at him and be like, well.
That's Jim.
It's gotta be Jim.
Yeah, Lauren
There's
gets
your
the
mom.
link. Hey, Mom. Lauren gets the link award.
That was Jen all the way.
People are speculating. I wonder, what if Zach's like, no, I mean it. The collateral beauty of grief. It is. Jeremiah is, you can always count on Jeremiah for comic relief. Always. So.
Don't swallow it.
I think of Zach Stivers every single time that I get a drink on a road trip now. Every time. I would drive Zach
I think of Zach
crazy.
Stivers every time I down a bottle of water on a road trip. I'm like, I'm going to have to pee in about 35 minutes. But totally worth it.
The minute we try to control grief, we lose our opportunity to grieve. It can't be controlled. You just got to go with it. And the only way out is through. That's so good.
Okay, guys. Y'all get together and write some poems and stuff.
I haven't had that much coffee today, actually. I had this cup of
She's
iced
always
coffee.
this giggly.
Yeah. And I didn't even drink any lattes today. I got an espresso machine. Did y'all know that? It's pretty much the bomb, and we've been drinking a lot of lattes.
I have 2 lattes a day.
And I can make latte art now. I can make a heart about half the times that I try.
What's haikus?
Haikus.
I don't know what haiku means.
It's a poem form.
Oh, okay, cool. This guy,
You know haiku?
he's way more smarter than me.
What is a haiku? Is it 757? Is that what it is?
575.
575? I can't remember. It's been a minute since I taught haikus to the
Syllables.
kids.
Heck are you talking?
You write one line with 5 syllables.
You just had a creative writing class.
One line.
Yeah, Ben
No,
turns
I
over.
didn't.
You did not pay attention
We
to
didn't
that.
write any haikus in my creative writing.
Japanese poem. 575. A haiku.
Duh, Mom.
If you get
Listen,
okay.
Nat. You better quit. We haven't talked enough recently for you to be getting on me that quick. What are you doing?
Me, I'm trying to come up with a
Writing
haiku to
haiku?
sign off. You've got to talk. Give me a second. I just need a second.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Christina. Well, answer a text when you don't text me.
Huh?
Besides, I like Tommy better anyways. The angel on his shoulder. This angel carries a basket of garden seeds and tomatoes and
has
curly
a
hair
light.
and has an orb following her around. Have you ever tried Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee? No, but I would like to.
Just so you know, I always like when people send me coffee, it makes me so happy. Whole bean coffee. I have grinders. Natalie, when she came to visit, she brought me coffee.
Did you
from
get
her
your
favorite
haiku?
place.
Your haiku?
Oh yeah, I'm working
Haiku?
on it. I'm working on it.
Well, don't get distracted. Close your eyes. Don't look at the text.
Dang it, that's 6.
sure to send you some. Okay, well, come on. Maybe she's
Okay.
in Indigo.
Okay,
Kid.
I'm gonna sign off with a haiku. Okay, because we got to get off.
Yes,
here.
we
You
love
need to
we
eat
love
your-
Onyx coffee. We get it as much as possible.
Yes. Dang, that's 8. Hold on, I need a second.
Okay, yeah. Someone says Maya won't get it. It's fun, but it is hard. Good luck to you, Maya. I don't understand. I probably won't get it. It's over my head already.
Okay, you ready?
Hey, I live in France and love your channel. Great. We love France.
Haiku log off, okay? I'm going to share my haiku, and then we're going to turn this off because it's way after.
Light roast. Dark roast
I
doesn't
like
have as
medium
much.
roast.
Light roast. Dark roast doesn't have enough caffeine.
I like medium roast.
Why do you always get all the stuff? I get all the stuff.
Okay, medium and light roast. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I really didn't drink that much today.
Okay.
Okay.
Haiku, do it.
Okay. This live has been great. We bless you. Until next time. We love you. Good night.
How is that a haiku?